Good afternoon. Unfortunately, I couldn't be with you in person today, but I did want to speak with you, especially during Sunshine Week. I wanted you to know about my commitment to an accessible and accountable state government. As many of you already know, North Carolina was just ranked number 3 in a report for internet openness. Now that's pretty good, but you know that I'm a governor with high expectations, so a number 3 ranking just doesn't cut it for me. I want North Carolina to be number 1. We live in a technology age, so I don't believe there's any excuse for people not having easy access to frequently updated public information. To set that tone for this administration, I'm making every penny of the $6.1 billion of federal recovery funds available online. With a simple click of your mouse, taxpayers can go to www.ncrecovery.gov and see the details of each and every one of our investments. You'll know where the money went, who got the contract, and when they completed the work, and if they completed the work on time. And North Carolina's Open Book will do the same for all state contracts and grants that are worth more than $10,000. Now that's what I call transparency, accountability, and efficiency. By the end of March, I plan to launch a webpage, StateStat, that mathematically monitors the efficacy and the effectiveness of government agencies. And in the name of openness and accountability, I'm pleased to announce that we are really close, finally, to reaching an agreement on the clarifications to North Carolina's email policy. Soon we'll have a clear policy, and every single state employee will have a better understanding of their obligation and responsibility to treat emails like the public records that they actually are in the 21st century. Over the years, people have grown cynical about government. As governor, one of my primary goals is to restore confidence in state government, to prove that public service is a worthy and noble profession. In other words, I hope that sometime, somehow together, we can rebuild the public's trust. Now, sometimes government messes up, but I intend for NC government to be forthcoming about any mistakes. Honesty and openness breeds optimism and trust in government, even in the bad times. And so I announce to you today that in coordination with the Office of the Attorney General, I am pursuing legislation that expands the transparency of state facilities. This legislation is complex. It will make the name, the sex, the age, and the birth date of any person who dies in a state facility public, the date and time and location of the death, a description of how the person died, including the manner of the death. And it will list all of the entities to whom the death was reported. It's a public record, and North Carolina must have a government that's accountable and works for its citizens. This is tough to do because I have decided that I'd rather tell the truth, even if it's bad news, than hide behind the protection of the law. Because I believe with transparency and openness and efficiency, this is a government that can create jobs, can provide our kids with a good public education, and really can ensure that folks who need a doctor can see them when they're sick. That's why I've pledged to run an administration of unprecedented transparency, because only when the doors of government are open wide and the sun really shines in can we all be sure that government by the people really is for the people. And in North Carolina, we'll have a government that works for all of the people, whether it's Sunshine Week or 52 weeks a year. Thanks for your leadership and your work on Sunshine Week.